Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Red Edmonds Field on the campus of Tusculum University in Greenville, Tennessee for Game 2 of our doubleheader this afternoon between the Pioneers and the Catawba College Indians. I'm Jim Miller. Tusculum coming off an 11-1 victory over Catawba in game number 1 in a game that was halted by run rule after 4.5 innings. And the Pioneers will try and finish off the sweep here in Game 2 behind the right-hander Ireland Kavanaugh. Starting lineups are in for Game 2 for Catawba. Leading off will be the pitcher, Kerry Hales. Summer Gray, the shortstop, will bat second. Madison Taylor in right field hits third. Brittany Ireland at third base hits fourth. Savannah Balderson in center field hits fifth. Bailey Benton will catch and bat sixth. Courtney Carter at second base hits seventh. Salem Finney in left field hits eighth. And Brooke Lowry at first base bats ninth for Catawba. For Tusculum in Game 2, Maya Maddox will lead off in center field. Callan Newport in left field bats second. Haley Lazo at first base hits third. Chloe Freischmidt, the catcher, bats fourth. Anna Alloway, the designated player, bats fifth. Batting sixth is the shortstop Caitlin Hodges. Hannah Hughes at second base hits seventh. Madison McGinnis hitting in right field batting eighth, and batting ninth at third base Kylie Longmire. As Kavanaugh is ready to go to work here to start game number 2. And she'll face her opposite number, the pitcher Kerry Hales. Hales hitting .368, swings at the first pitch, which comes at 6:04 p.m., and it is a foul ball that is caught by Longmire at third base for the first out. One pitch and one out here in the first inning. And Summer Gray, the shortstop, will come to the plate. Gray was 0 for 2 in Game 1, batting at .354. I'll give you Kavanaugh's numbers for the season here in a moment. First pitch is taken for a ball, 1-0. Kavanaugh, 7-4 record, a .455 earned run average, making her 11th start, 14th appearance. She has 4 complete games, 1 shutout, 60 innings, 65 hits, 39 earned runs, 19 walks, 43 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .267 against Ireland Kavanaugh, a sophomore out of Columbus, Georgia. 2 balls and no strikes, the count to Summer Gray. Kavanaugh's pitch is off the plate, 3 balls and no strikes. Jeff Blanken working the behind the plate here in Game 1, or in Game 2. Arnez Cantrell, the umpire at first base, Christian Cottle at third. Wind still blowing out to center field as Kavanaugh's 3-0 pitch is in there for a strike. Game time temperature 79 degrees. Wind officially 11 miles an hour. Blowing out, 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Summer Gray. Kavanaugh's 3-2 pitch back up the middle into center field off the second base bag. And it'll be a base hit for Gray. Catawba had just 2 hits in Game 1. They pick up a hit here in the first inning of Game 2. Madison Taylor, the right fielder, comes to the plate. Taylor was 0 for 1 in Game 1. Taylor hitting .353 for the season. A home run, 4 runs batted in. Popped up, Hughes backtracking and makes the catch for the second out. 2 outs here in the first. And now it'll be Brittany Ireland, the third baseman at the plate. Ireland 1 for 2 in Game 1. It was a solo home run, which accounted for the only run. The Ireland versus Ireland matchup. Here's Ireland Kavanaugh facing Brittany Ireland. Todd Ireland unavailable for comment, as that one is fouled to deep left field and off the fence, out of play. 1 strike to count to Brittany Ireland. The pitch, called strike. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Nothing in 2 the count to Ireland. Kavanaugh's pitch popped up, out of play, still 0-2. Ireland hitting 180 this season, 5 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Wind up in the 0-2 pitch. High, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Brittany Ireland. Ireland, the sophomore out of Dunn, North Carolina. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. First strikeout for Kavanaugh. And she works around the 1-out single by Gray. We head to the bottom of the first inning. It's Catawba 0. Tusculum coming to bat on the Pioneer Sports Network. Facing Carrie Hales. Hales making her 6th start of the season, 13th appearance, 0-4 record, a 7.18 earned run average. 38 innings, 64 hits, 39 earned runs, 17 walks, 16 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .370 against Carrie Hales. Hales, the freshman out of Salisbury, hometown player. And Maya Maddox will lead it off for the Pioneers. Maddox in game 1, 1 for 2 with 2 walks, 2 runs scored, and 4 stolen bases, which tied the school single game record. 1 strike to count to Maddox. Maddox now hitting .427 this season, 24 stolen bases. This one is hit fair to first. Diving stop by the first baseman, Lowry, and she tags the bag for the out. Maddox robbed on the nice play by the first baseman, Lowry. 1 down here in the first. And Callan Newport will come to the plate.
Number 7, Callan Newport.
Newport in game 1 was 1 for 4 with a run scored and a stolen base. Newport now hitting .361 for the season. No home runs and 8 runs batted in. And the first pitch is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Newport. Chopper up the middle into center field for a base hit. Gray went to her left but couldn't make the play. That's a 1-out single for Newport. And Haley Lazo will come to the plate.
The first baseman, number 30, Haley Lazo.
Lazo scored 3 runs. She singled and was hit by a pitch twice and scored each time in game number 1. Lazo now hitting .292. No home runs, 6 runs batted in. First pitch to her is low for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to count to Haley Lazo. Newport had a stolen base in game 1. She goes here. The pitch is a ball. The throw is late. Stolen base for Newport. 8th stolen base of the season for Newport. Lazo now batting with a count of 2 balls and no strikes. Hales with the windup at the 2-0. Off the plate, 3 balls and no strikes. On deck is Chloe Freischmidt. The windup and the 3-0. That's called strike on the outside corner. Three and 1 the count to Lazo. That's a called strike as that one dropped in. 3 and 2. Three and 2 the count to Lazo. Hales 3-2 pitch. Hit towards center field. Balderston has it lined up, makes the catch. Bluffing the advance was Newport as she'll hang on at second base. And there's 2 outs. And Chloe Freischmidt will come to the plate.
The catcher, number 14,
Freischmidt in game 1,
Freischmidt.
1 for 2. She's scored 2 runs, knocked in a pair. Freischmidt now hitting .297 for the season, 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in. Hales with her first pitch. Low in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Benton, but moving up to third on the wild pitch is Newport. One ball and no strikes to count to Freischmidt. .1-0. Beaten foul at the plate, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the count to Chloe Freischmidt, a senior out of Naples, Florida. Hales with the 1-1 delivery. Off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count. The pitch. High, 3-1. Three balls and a strike, the count to Freischmidt. Anna Alloway, who had 4 RBIs in game number 1, is on deck. Three-one pitch, outside, ball 4. First walk issued by Hales. And Freischmidt's a 2-out base runner, putting runners at first and third for Anna Alloway. Alloway in game 1 was 2 for 3, an RBI single, a bases loaded double, 4 runs batted in. Now hitting .337, 3 home runs, 20 runs batted in. Tusculum now 17-13 overall after their win in game 1, 4-5 in the conference. The pitch is high, called strike, 1 strike the count to Alloway. Catawba 4-17 overall, 0-7 in the conference. Tusculum has won 4 straight. Catawba has lost 11 in a row. One strike the count to Alloway. In the dirt, blocked by Benton. Moving up to second base and out at second base. And that'll do it for the inning. As Freischmidt is out at second base, 2-6. And the Pioneers turned away in the first. No runs a hit and 1 left. At the end of 1, it is Tusculum 0, Catawba 0 on the Pioneer Sports Network. as the Pioneers were turned away in the bottom of the first inning. It'll be Savannah Balderston leading off for the Indians against Ireland Kavanaugh.
The center fielder, number 25, Savannah Balderston.
Balderston 0 for 2 in game one. She grounded out and popped up, hitting .275 for the season. No home runs, 5 runs batted in. For the freshman out of Belews Creek, North Carolina. First pitch is up and in for a ball, 1-0. Next pitch is a called strike, 1-1. The count to Balderston. Popped up behind the plate. Freischmidt didn't see it immediately. I don't think it would have mattered. It dropped out of reach. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
We did 11-1. It only took 5 innings.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Balderston. Kavanaugh's pitch is high, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. Kavanaugh's pitch is popped away, still 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to count to Balderston. Taken for a ball, it's 3-2. Wind up the 3-2 pitch. Line to left center field. That is going to drop in for a base hit and split the gap. Newport picks it up, gets it back into the infield, but it's a leadoff double for Balderston. Her 3rd double of the season, and she is a leadoff base runner here in the second.
Catcher, number 18, Bailey Benton.
Bailey Benton, the catcher, will come to the plate. Benton was 0 for 2 in game one. Benton hitting .273, a home run, and 1 run batted in. Benton, the senior out of Greensboro, North Carolina. First pitch is foul back. 1 strike to Benton. Kavanaugh with the 0-1 pitch. High, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Bailey Benton. One from Kavanaugh. Line down the left field line. That is in there for a hit. Newport cuts it off, but around third is Balderston. She will score. And for the first time today, Catawba has the lead. They lead at 1-0 on an RBI single by Benton, her 2nd RBI of the year. And Tusculum coach Julie Hubner out to get Kavanaugh settled in here. She's given up 3 hits so far. And the Pioneers trail 1-0. And the next batter for Catawba will be Courtney Carter, the second baseman. Carter was 1 for 2 in game one. Batting 194 for the year, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Carter, the freshman out of Asheboro, North Carolina. So the message delivered by Coach Hubner. And now it's Kavanaugh going to work against Carter. Line to left center field. Newport has it lined up, and she'll make the catch. No advance as Benton returns to first base. Carter out on a line drive to left. 1 down here in the second.
The
And Salem Finney will come to the plate. Finney getting a start in left field. She was the final out in game 1 on a ground out to third. She's batting .200 this year with a home run and 3 runs batted in. Change up low for a ball, 1-0. Finney, the freshman out of Boonville, North Carolina. And she hits this one foul to the left side. One ball, one strike, the count to Salem Finney. Kavanaugh's pitch. Called strike on the outside corner, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes, the count. Change up called, strike 3. Finney caught looking, second strikeout for Kavanaugh, 2 outs here in the second.
The first baseman, number 15, Brooke Lowry.
And Brooke Lowry, the first baseman, will bat for the first time today. Lowry, a senior out of China Grove, North Carolina. She's making her 10th start of the season, a 192 hitter, no home runs, 3 runs batted in. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Kavanaugh. That pitch is in there for a strike, 0-2. This one is popped up. Hodges backing up, and she reaches up and makes the catch, and the inning is over. So a double and a single to lead off the inning, get a run for the Indians, but nothing else. They leave one at the middle of the second inning. It is Catawba 1, Tusculum 0 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning, Tusculum trailing 1-0. And Alloway, who was at bat when the bottom of the first inning came to an end, will bat here with a fresh count to start the bottom of the second inning. Tusculum down 1-0. First pitch from Hales is off the plate, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Line foul, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Line up in the 1-1 pitch. Low. 2 balls and 1 strike. 2-1 the count to Alloway. Low, 3-1. As the lights are coming on here at Red Edmonds Field. As we have cloudy skies. Get a little extra sunlight from daylight saving time. The pitch is ball 4, and Alloway is a leadoff base runner here in the second. Second walk issued by Hales. And Caitlin Hodges will come to the plate. Hodges, in game 1, was hit by a pitch, reached on an error, and doubled in a run. She's batting .266 for this season. No home runs, 15 runs batted in. Alloway will give way to a runner. Angie Masiello will run at first base.
Bench running for the Pioneers, number 19, Angela Masiello.
So Masiello will run here in the bottom of the second inning. Masiello also running in game 1. See if Hodges is bunting. She is. Takes high for a ball. Hodges this season has 3 successful sacrifices. Masiello has stolen 4 bases in 8 attempts. The 1-0 pitch. Bunt. Foul. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike the count. Hales 1-1 pitch. Line foul. Runner was off with the pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. One and 2 to Caitlin Hodges. Hales pitch. High, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Hodges. Hales, 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Hodges out on strikes. First strikeout for Hales. 1 out here in the second. And Hannah Hughes, second baseman, will bat.
Second baseman, number 11, Hannah Hughes.
Hughes was 0 for 2 in game 1 with an RBI. She and Hodges flip-flop in the order. Actually, Hodges batting above her in game 2. Hughes was batting 7th in those games, but Hodges went from 8 to 6 in this lineup. Hughes hitting .262, 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Hales 1-0 pitch, runner goes. It's fouled at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Hannah Hughes. Hales ready with the 1-1 delivery. Swing and a miss on a changeup. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A low and in pitch. Hughes down on strikes. Second straight strikeout for Hales. 2 outs here in the second. And Madison McGinnis will come to the plate. McGinnis getting the start in right field in both games of this doubleheader. She's batting for just the 3rd time this season. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. We'll have a discussion now at the circle to figure out how to attack McGinnis. McGinnis does have 10 runs scored this year. So the discussion's over, and McGinnis will step into the plate. McGinnis, a sophomore out of Knoxville. And the first pitch to her. Taken low for a ball, 1-0. One ball and no strikes to count to McGinnis. Called strike. One ball, one strike to count to Madison McGinnis. That's off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two balls and 1 strike to count to McGinnis. 2 outs here in the second. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. The throw is not in time. And holding up at second base wisely was Masiello as the throw was cut off by Gray. Probably a good thing, too. That throw is just bearing in on Masiello. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to McGinnis. Masiello with her 5th stolen base of the season. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So after the leadoff walk, Hales strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. After 2, it's Catawba 1, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network. Off to the top of the 3rd inning, Tusculum trailing by a score of 1-0. Top will be back at the top of the order with the pitcher Carrie Hales leading off. Hales popped up to 3rd on the first pitch of the game from Ireland Kavanaugh, who's thrown 31 pitches so far, giving up 3 hits and a run with 2 strikeouts. Hales, Gray, Taylor here in the 3rd. First pitch from Kavanaugh, hit to short. Big hop for Hodges. Throw across is in time for the out. So Hales has seen 2 pitches and is 0 for 2.
The shortstop, number 2, Summer Gray.
Summer Gray, the shortstop to the plate. Gray singled up the middle her first time up. Kavanaugh's first pitch is high, a ball and no strikes. Want to know the count to Gray. High, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Gray. Fouled away. Two balls and one strike the count to Gray. High, 3-1. Activity in the Catawba bullpen. Lauren Bricky, who started game one, is throwing. Don't know if she's warming up to come in or just throwing on her own. 3-1 the count. And that's ball four. Tusculum with just three pitchers on the roster. Keelan Reynolds, the other pitcher who we have not seen today. Could possibly see her later.
The right fielder, number 12, Madison Taylor.
Madison Taylor, the right fielder, steps in. She popped up to second base her first time up. Taylor now batting .343. And this one's popped up. Two pop-ups to Hughes, 2 outs for Taylor. 2 outs for Kavanaugh here in the third.
The third baseman, number 22, Brittany Ireland.
If form holds here, Hales out on the first pitch in the first inning, then Gray got on base, then Taylor popped up to second. Ireland struck out her first time up. Brittany Ireland. It's taken for a ball, 1-0. Kavanaugh up to just 40 pitches coming up here so far. Hit in the hole on the right side. It's a base hit. McGinnis gets it to Hughes. He'll run it back in. It's a base hit for Ireland. And Catawba has 2 on with 2 out.
Fielder, number 25, Savannah Balderson.
Savannah Balderston at the plate. Balderston led off the second inning with a double, and she scored on a single by Benton. Balderston now hitting .293. Kavanaugh's pitch to her is inside, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. In the dirt, runner goes, throw is in time. Great throw by Freischmidt as she nabs Gray trying to steal third. 2-5 on the caught stealing, and that'll do it for Catawba in the third. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. After 2.5, it's Catawba 1, Tusculum nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the third inning, it's Kylie Longmire leading off for the Pioneers. Hales has struck out 3, walked 2, allowed 1 hit in 2 innings so far. Longmire 0 for 3 in game 1, batting .350. And the first pitch to her is up and away for a ball, 1-0. Longmire, Maddox, and Newport for the Pioneers here in the third. line foul. She got out in front of that inside pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Longmire. One to 1 the count. Hale's pitch, low and away, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike the count to Kylie Longmire. Pitch from Hales is popped up, out of play, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Hales with the pitch. Punched over third and into left field for a base hit. Perfectly placed there by Longmire. She just blooped it over the head of the third baseman Ireland into left field. And Longmire gets her first hit of the day. She's the leadoff base runner here in the third. Second hit of the game for the Pioneers. And Maya Maddox will step in. Maddox grounded out to first on a great play by the first baseman Lowry. Maddox steps in. Infield is in, anticipating a bunt. It's high for a ball, 1-0. Longmire, the runner at first base, has not attempted a stolen base this season. Maddox has sacrificed 6 times, and she takes the ball. 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Maddox. Two-0 pitch. Inside, 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 the count to Maya Maddox. Three-0 pitch. Shows bunt, takes ball 4. A walk to Maddox, and the Pioneers have runners at first and second with nobody out. For Callan Newport. Newport singled her first time up, stole a base. Newport now hitting .371. Let's see if she's called upon to bunt. She has sacrificed twice this season. She is bunting, pops it up, and it's caught by the catcher, Benton. No advance as both runners were close to the bag. And Newport's out on a bunt. 1 down here in the third. And Haley Lazo will bat. Lazo flied to center.
Number 30, Haley Lazo.
First pitch to Lazo is low for a ball, 1-0. One to 0 the count to Lazo. Off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes. Lazo hitting .288 overall. .211 with runners in scoring position. Longmire, the runner at second. 2-0 pitch. And she's hit again. That's the third time she's been hit today. She's batted 5 times today and has been hit by a pitch 3 times. There's zero intent there, because the last thing you want to do is load the bases. But the pain doesn't go away. The pain is real. And Lazo's been hit 10 times this season now. And we're going to have a We're going to have a runner? No. No, we're going to re-enter. Okay, Alloway's on deck, and she's being re-entered into the game. So here's Freischmidt batting with the bases loaded. Freischmidt walked her first time up and then was out trying to advance on a wild pitch to end the first inning. Freischmidt hitless with the bases loaded this season. Ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Although Freischmidt was hit with the bases loaded in game 1 and got an RBI out of it. I think 297. Hale's in trouble here in this third inning. 1-0 pitch. Ripped foul past Coach Hubner. Down into the left field area. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Pioneers getting some good swings, but they're just a little bit out in front of them. The old straighten it out. 1-1 the count. Hale's 1-1 pitch. Off the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Longmire the runner at third. Maddox at second. Lazo at first. 1 out here in the third. Tusculum trailing 1-0. Two-one pitch. Swing and a miss on a changeup. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Alloway on deck. The 2-2 pitch. Lined into the gap in left center field. In to score is Longmire. In to score is Maddox. In to score is Lazo. It's a 3-run double for Freischmidt, and the Pioneers lead it 3-1 here in the third. Freischmidt now with 21 runs batted in this season, her 9th double of the year, as she lined that one into the gap, and all 3 runners come across. The second bases clearing double for the Pioneers today. So Tusculum takes the lead for the first time at 3-1 here in the third inning. And Alloway will bat. Alloway walked her first time up. So Freischmidt coming through for the Pioneers in the clutch there. She took that 2-2 pitch to the gap. Alloway hitting .337. Tusculum with the lead now 3-1 here in the third inning. Hale's pitch. Hit foul past first. 1 strike. One strike to Alloway. The 0-1 pitch. Low, 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, the count to Alloway. Hale's pitch. Beaten foul. Tusculum has just been out in front of those inside pitches all day. 1-2 the count to Alloway. One and two the count. The pitch. Low, 2-2. Runners going to third, and in there with the slide is Freischmidt on the wild pitch. Two balls and 2 strikes to count. The windup and the 2-2 pitch. up the middle, stabbed by Hales, and she'll throw to first for the out. Nice play by Carrie Hales, the pitcher, as Alloway is out, as she looked Freischmidt back to third. 2 down for the shortstop, Caitlin Hodges. Hodges struck out her first time up.
Caitlin Hodges.
Hodges hitting .262. And the first pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. Hit to short. Gray knocks it down. He's going to have to hurry. He's not going to get there. In to score is Freischmidt on the error. No RBI. Hodges is safe at first base, and Tusculum leads at 4-1. Was not hit that hard, and Gray couldn't field it cleanly, and that cost her the out. And Hannah Hughes will come to the plate. Hughes struck out her first time up. Swing and a miss. Runner goes. The throw is late. Stolen base for Hodges. So Hodges steals second. 1 strike to count. For Hodges, her 7th steal of the season. Hale's pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pioneers with 4 runs here in the third. They lead it 4-1. One pitch. Low and in off of Hughes, and she is hit by a pitch. Sixth time Tusculum has been hit today. The team may love free bases, but not like that. And it'll be a pinch hitter for McGinnis.
For the Pioneers, number 20, Claire Smeltzer.
Claire Smeltzer will pinch hit. She pinch hit in game 1 and came through with a double. So Smeltzer bats for McGinnis. 2 on and 2 out. And that one is hit to right center field and caught, a snow cone catch by the center fielder, Balderston, as she reaches up and makes the play to end the inning. That saved 2 runs for sure. But the Pioneers get 4 in the inning on 2 hits. There was an error and 2 left. We go to the top of the 4th. It's Tusculum 4, Catawba 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Ireland Cavanaugh pitching with the lead for the first time. Claire Smeltzer stays in the game in right field for the Pioneers after pinch hitting in the third. And as so often happens, the player that makes a great defensive play to end 1 inning leads off the next inning.
Savannah Balderston.
Savannah Balderston who doubled and scored in the second, leads it off here in the fourth. Balderston now hitting .293. She pops the first pitch up into left field towards the line. Newport will make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. And the catcher, Bailey Benton, will bat. Benton knocked in the run for Catawba with a single in the second inning. Benton now hitting .294. At RBI, her second of the season. First pitch from Kavanaugh. Called strike. One strike the count to Bailey Benton. This one's lined foul down the left field side. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Fouled away. Still 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Hit up the middle into center field. As Hodges couldn't knock it down. It's a single for Benton. She's 2 for 2. Fourth hit of the game. Fifth hit of the game for Catawba. Benton's a 1-out base runner for the second baseman, Courtney Carter. Carter lined out to left her first time up. Now batting at 191. Line foul, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. One to 1 the count to Carter. Kavanaugh has allowed 5 hits, struck out 2. She'll be making her 50th pitch. And it's popped up in the infield. And Lazo calls off Kavanaugh to make the play. Kavanaugh had it lined up, but the old fielder always calls off the pitcher, and Lazo was going to take that one. That was Lazo's ball, whether it was her ball or not. And she made the catch for the second out. Salem Finney, the left fielder, bats. Finney was called out on strikes in the second. High, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count. Popped up, and Longmire makes the catch this time, and that'll do it for Catawba in the fourth. No runs, a hit, and 1 left. We're halfway home in game 2. Middle of the fourth. It is Tusculum 4, Catawba 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the fourth inning, Tusculum leading Catawba by a score of 4-1. Glad you could join us along the Pioneer Sports Network this evening. Jim Miller with you. Pioneers with 4 runs on 3 hits, no errors. Catawba 1 run, 5 hits, and 1 error. Kylie Longmire leads off the fourth for the Pioneers. She singled and scored to start that 4-run rally in the third inning. Longmire now hitting .358. Game 2 of our doubleheader. Tusculum won the opener 11-1 in 5 innings. Fourth straight victory for the Pioneers. This one's hit in the hole for a base hit. Longmire was 0 for 3 in Game 1, but she's made up for it here in Game 2 as she's 2 for 2. And she's the leadoff base runner here in the fourth. And Longmire will give way to a pinch runner. Michaela Bush running at first base. Bush, freshman out of Columbia, South Carolina. She ran in Game 1 also. And she was caught stealing. Maya Maddox at the plate. She grounded out and walked and has scored a run. Now 31 runs scored this season for Maddox. Pitch is off the catcher, and moving up to second base is Bush. Wild pitch by Hales. Moves Bush to second base. And that's high. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count to Maya Maddox. Bunt. It's a good one. It's a base hit. Maddox gets a bunt single. And the Pioneers have runners at the corners with nobody out. Perfectly placed bunt as Bush moves up to third base. And now it'll be Callan Newport.
Left fielder number 7, Callan Newport.
Newport has singled, stolen a base, and she popped up a bunt her last time up. See if Maddox is off with the pitch. She is. Ball, no throw, stolen base for Maya Maddox. 25th stolen base of the season. I believe that now puts her in a tie for the lead in the conference. 25 steals, it does. Second and third, nobody out. The pitch to Newport. Low, 2 balls and no strikes, blocked by the catcher Benton. Two balls and no strikes to count to Newport. Newport hitting .365 this season. .360 with runners in scoring position. Swing and a miss on a inside pitch that tied her up. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch. Chopper to short. Gray throws home, and Bush is going to be tagged out for the out. 6-2 on the fielder's choice. Bush out at the plate for the first out. Maddox to third. Newport safe at first. Nice play there by Summer Gray. And with runners at the corners, it'll be Haley Lazo. Lazo flied out to center and was hit by a pitch. She's been hit 3 times today in 5 at-bats. But she scored 4 runs. high. 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count to Lazo. Called strike, stolen base for Newport. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pioneers now with 5 stolen bases in this game. 1-1 the count to Lazo. And she bloops one into left field for a base hit. Maddox scores. Over to third goes Newport. It's an RBI single for Lazo. Her 7th RBI of the season, and the Pioneers lead it 5-1.
Catcher number 14, Chloe Freischmidt.
Chloe Freischmidt had the big blow in this game, a bases clearing double to left center field, which made it 3-1 Tusculum at the time. Batting with runners at the corners here, and 1 out in the 4th. The Pioneers up 5-1. Time is called. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. We'll see what they do here.
There are about to be a lot of switches, so hang on.
So the new pitcher we know for a fact is going to be the left fielder Salem Finney.
Thank you.
So Lowry is out of the game. Grayson Bennett goes into her spot, and she's in left field. And we'll have the changes here for you. The changes for Catawba. Salem Finney moves in from left field to pitch. Grayson Bennett's now in left field, and the spot vacated by Brooke Lowry, the number 9 spot in the lineup. Carrie Hales moves from pitcher to third base, and Brittany Ireland moves across from third base to first base. Finney pitched in game 1. Gave up 3 runs on 5 hits. She's making her 15th appearance of the season, and she'll face Chloe Freischmidt. Swing and a miss and a high fastball. 1 strike to Freischmidt, who has walked and doubled. Freischmidt now hitting .307, 21 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch. Hooked into left field, caught by the left fielder Bennett, who just came in the game. Newport has to retreat to third. 2 outs. And Anna Alloway to the plate.
The DP, 0-0, Anna Alloway.
Alloway has walked and grounded out. 2 outs here in the fourth. A run in, Tusculum leading at 5-1. Finney's pitch, high, 1 ball and no strikes. Finney 2-8 this season, a 6.02 ERA. 54 and a third innings, 78 hits, 47 earned runs, 43 walks, 22 strikeouts. Taken for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-0 the count to Alloway. Newport at third, Lazo at first. Two-0 pitch. Hit to third, backhanded by Hales. Her throw across is in time for the out. So the Indians turn away the Pioneers after they get the run on the hit by Lazo. 3 hits in the inning and 2 left on base. Tusculum has left 6 through 4 innings. After 4, it is Tusculum 5, Catawba 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Time to go to the top of the 5th inning with Catawba trailing 5-1. And Grayson Bennett will lead off for Catawba. She came in the game in the bottom of the 4th inning as a left fielder.
The left fielder, number 28.
Bennett was 0 for 2 in game 1.
Grayson Bennett.
Hitting .267, no home runs, 3 runs batted in. Facing Kavanaugh. Catawba a run in the second, Tusculum 4 in the third, 1 in the fourth. First pitch is outside for a ball, 1-0. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Grayson Bennett. The 1-0 pitch. Lofted down the left field line. It is a foul ball, and it is off the fence foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike the count to Grayson Bennett. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. Off the plate, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Lofted in the left center field for a base hit. So Bennett gets a leadoff single here in the 5th. 6th hit of the game for Catawba.
The third baseman, number 6, Carrie Hales.
And Carrie Hales will bat. Hales started the game in the circle and moved to third base. She is 0 for 2, and she swung at the first pitch both times. Takes a strike there. Hales now hitting .357. One strike the count. Popped up. Shallow center field. Maddox makes the catch for the out. Hale's now 0 for 3. One down here in the fifth. And the shortstop, Summer Gray, will bat. Gray has singled and walked and was caught stealing in the third inning. Kavanaugh's first pitch, pop foul, one strike. One strike the count, the pitch. Pop foul again, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch, high, 1-2. Snap throw to first. Back safely is Bennett. The 1-2 pitch, beaten foul towards the Tusculum dugout. Still 1-2. One ball and two strikes to count to Summer Gray. Swing and a miss, strike three. Kavanaugh's third strikeout, second out of the inning. And the right fielder, Madison Taylor, comes to the plate. Taylor is 0 for 2. She has popped up twice to second base. First pitch to her is in the dirt, blocked by Freischmidt. One ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Beaten foul at the plate. Off the foot of Taylor. She is down. Trying to recover after fouling that pitch off her foot. Favoring that ankle. They're looking at that left foot, right where the foot and ankle meet. Those are the ones that just really are painful. And she'll get help back to her feet. Walk it off. This was soccer. You get some of that magic spray on it. Taylor looks like she'll be able to continue. So just walk it off here for another moment. Next broadcast of Tusculum softball will be Saturday, April 2nd against Limestone. That'll be a 1 o'clock doubleheader. It's the next home twin bill for the Pioneers. Next coverage of Tusculum athletics on the Pioneer Sports Network will be Saturday. It will be Limestone, men's and women's lacrosse. Lacrosse at 1 o'clock, men at 4 o'clock. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Taylor, who will get back in and resume her at bat. The 1-1 pitch, popped up, foul out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Taylor. 1-2 the count. Kavanaugh's pitch low in the dirt, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes to Taylor. Kavanaugh's pitch popped up, shallow left. Hodges calls for it, and right on the edge of the grass makes the catch, and the inning is over. The leadoff single, and that's all for Catawba in the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth. It's Tusculum 5, Catawba 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Tusculum leading 5-1. It'll be Caitlin Hodges leading off here against Salem Finney, who got out of a first and third jam to end the fourth inning. Hodges has struck out and reached on an error, which gave Tusculum a 4-1 lead. First pitch is high, 1 ball and no strikes. One ball and no strikes to count to Hodges. The pitch is low and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Two 2-0 the count to Hodges. The pitch is lined foul, 2 balls and 1 strike. Hodges, Hughes, and Smeltzer due up for the Pioneers here in the fifth. Tusculum looking for its second straight series sweep. And now Finney will step off the rubber. Tusculum now 13-3 at home this season. 2-1 pitch. High. 3-1. Yeah, Pioneers are 13-3 at home, and I was here for all 3 losses. Well, it's worked out okay today so far. 3-1 the count to Hodges. The pitch is high, ball 4. Leadoff walk to Hodges. And we will have a pinch runner, probably. Who will it be? Nope, pinch hitter. It'll be Emma Schad. Emma Schad to pinch hit.
Now batting for the Pioneers, number 17, Emma Schad.
Schad batting for the first time today, the freshman out of Knoxville. Making her 8th appearance of the season, she is 1 for 6 with a walk, an RBI, and a run scored in all of her appearances as a pinch hitter. Shows bunt, takes a strike, throw to second is late, stolen base for Hodges, her second of the game. 1 strike the count to Emma Schad. Hodges now in scoring position. bunt. It is foul. No balls and 2 strikes. Nothing and 2 the count to Schott. The stolen base for Hodges, her second of the game. And she now has 8 this season. Nothing and 2 the count to Emma Schott. Pitch is high. 1 and 2. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Schott. Low and away, 2 and 2. Claire Smeltzer in the on deck circle. Two and 2 the count to Schott. And that is fouled away. Still 2 and 2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Finney's 2-2 pitch. Popped up into left field. Bennett will step into this one and make the catch for the out. One down here in the 5th. And Claire Smeltzer will bat. Smeltzer pinch hit in the 3rd and lined out to center on a nice catch by the center fielder, Balderston. Smeltzer hitting .240. Taken outside for a ball, 1-0. Finney with the 1-0 pitch. Sky to center field. Balderston to her right makes the catch for the out. Tagging at second is Hodges, and she goes to 3rd for the second out. 2 outs here in the 5th. They want to appeal, and the appeal is turned down. Kylie Longmire will bat. Longmire is 2 for 2 with a run scored. Batting with Hodges at third base. In the dirt, blocked by Benton. 1 ball and no strikes. One to know the count to Longmire. Low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count to Longmire. Finney's pitch. In the dirt, 3 balls and no strikes. Maya Maddox waits on deck. The 3-0 pitch. Called strike. Three and 1 the count to Kylie Longmire. Finney's pitch. Line caught. Hit it right on the nose, right to Hales for the 3rd out. The Pioneers have been putting pressure on here, but some defense and has kept this game close. 5-1. Tusculum leads it after 5 innings here on the Pioneer Sports Network. Top of the 6th inning here at Red Edmonds Field. Tusculum leading 5-1.
22.
Hannah Hughes re-enters at second base. Madison McGinnis back in the game in right field. Smeltzer went 0 for 2 at the plate. And McGinnis back in right field here as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Catawba will have the 4, 5, and 6 batters with Brittany Ireland, the first baseman, leading off. She has struck out and singled in 2 at-bats. Now batting 190 for the season. The first pitch is inside from Ireland Cavanaugh, who's thrown 70 pitches through 5 innings, 6 hits and a run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Cavanaugh's 1-0 pitch. Sky to left field. Newport has it lined up and makes the catch for the out. Ireland hit a home run in game 1. But this time the wind was blowing in from left, and that ball got up in the breeze and got knocked down.
25.
Savannah Balderston will bat.
Savannah Balderston.
Balderston has doubled and scored the Indians' lone run. She's also flied to left. This one is hit into shallow left field, and Newport catches it on the run for the second out. 2 fly balls to left, 2 outs here in the 6th.
The catcher, number 18, Bailey Benton. 18.
And Bailey Benton will come to the plate. Benton is 2 for 2. She has singled twice and knocked in a run, now hitting .314. This one is hit to center field. Maddox broke in and breaks back and makes the catch. And it's a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Cavanaugh. She's retired 6 in a row. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's Tusculum 5, Catawba 1 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the 6th inning, Tusculum leading 5-1. Maya Maddox will lead it off, and she takes a pitch low and outside for a ball, 1-0. The wind is picked up now, probably as fierce as it's been all day, at least in this direction. Maddox is grounded out, walked and singled. She's stolen a base, scored 2 runs. Now hitting .429. High, 2 balls and no strikes. Top of the order for the Pioneers, Maddox, Newport, and Lazo here in the 6th. Tusculum can run rule it with a 4 spot here in this inning, or they can play it out and shut him down in the 7th. 2-0 the count to Maddox. Takes a strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one pitch is low, 3-1. Three balls and a strike, the count to Maddox. Three-one pitch, bunted, foul, 3-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes to count to Maddox, leading off the 6th. Both teams with 6 hits. Tusculum's left 7 on base. Catawba's left 5. Finney. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Maddox strikes out for the first out here in the 6th. And Callan Newport will bat. Newport has singled, popped up a bunt, and reached on a fielder's choice. She's 1 for 3 with 2 stolen bases. Now hitting .359. Finney's first pitch is low, 1 ball and no strikes. The 1-0 pitch is popped up foul out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Actually, technically not out of play. It hit the backstop and stayed in play. 1-1 the count. Finney with the 1-1 delivery. High, 2-1. Since Finney's come in, she's retired 6 out of the 7 she's faced, with a walk to Hodges, the only base runner. Two and 1 the count, the pitch. Inside corner, strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Callan Newport. Finney with the windup and the 2-2 pitch. High, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Finney has struck out 1, walked 1. Three and 2 to Newport. The pitch. Outside, ball 4. Newport draws a 1-out walk. And Haley Lazo will come to the plate. Lazo is flied out and hit by a pitch and singled home a run. 1 for 2. Now hitting .299. Called strike. This one is hit to left field. And drifting in to make the catch is Bennett for the second out. Tagging at first and moving up to second base is Newport. Good base running from Newport as Lazo is out on a high fly to left. Some places they score that a sacrifice fly. That's just out number 2.
The catcher, number 14, Chloe Freischmidt.
Chloe Freischmidt at the plate. Freischmidt 1 for 2, but that was a big one. 3-run double in the 3rd inning gave Tusculum a 3-1 lead. It's the difference right now. Freischmidt hitting .303. Pops this one up, foul, and out of play. Pitch is high, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Chloe Freischmidt. Newport the runner at second. The pitch is up and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 the count to Freischmidt. 5-1 Tusculum here in the 6th. pitch. Low, 3-1. Three balls and one strike, the count to Freischmidt. Alloway on deck. Finney's 3-1 pitch. High, ball 4. Second walk of the inning, third of the game issued by Finney. And the Pioneers have runners at first and second with 2 outs for Anna Alloway. Alloway's 0 for 2. She's grounded out twice and also walked. Alloway hitting .330. High. 1 ball and no strikes to Alloway. The windup in the 1-0 pitch. Line to right field. That's going to find open spaces. One hopping off the fence. Newport scores. Freischmidt around third. Alloway with a stand-up double, and the Pioneers lead it 7-1 here in the 6th. 2 RBIs for Alloway, 22 for the season, her 9th two-base hit of the year. And Tusculum now leads it 7-1. And Caitlin Hodges will bat. Hodges 0 for 2. She has struck out, reached on an error, and walked, and has stolen 2 bases. Finney's pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. One strike to count to Hodges. Popped up, foul, and there is room for Hales, and she makes the catch. And that'll do it for the 6th inning. 2 runs for the Pioneers, a hit, and 1 left. And we go to the 7th inning. Tusculum looking for the sweep. They lead it 7-1 over Catawba on the Pioneer Sports Network. Hales, and she drops to 0-5 with the loss. Time of the game, 1 hour and 49 minutes here at Red Edmonds Field this afternoon as Tusculum finishes off the sweep of the doubleheader, winning by a score of 7-1. Final game totals for Tusculum: 7 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 8 left on base. For Catawba, 1 run on 6 hits. They had 1 error, and they left 5. Kavanaugh gets the win. The loss goes to Hales. And Tusculum with the win, now 18-13 overall, 5-5 in the South Atlantic Conference. Catawba drops to 4-18 overall, and they are 0-8 in the conference. Tusculum will be on the road Saturday at Coker, 1 o'clock first pitch, and then next Tuesday at Anderson for a 2 o'clock first pitch. The next home games will be next Saturday, April the 2nd against Limestone, a 1 o'clock start. Many thanks to everyone who makes Tusculum softball possible on the Pioneer Sports Network. I'm Jim Miller. Tusculum wins today 11-1 and 7-1 over Catawba.